Am I the asshole?
r/am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for going to my friend's mom room when I had a nightmare? I, 16 male, just got back from home from a sleepover yesterday. A lot happened and it honestly didn't end the best way it could have. So to start off, I slept over at a classmate's house. I wouldn't even really call him a friend, but maybe. Anyway, I'm watching him play Minecraft and his mom walks in with like a ton of soda. Like an insane amount of soda for 2 people. We went to bed around at 1 a.m. because our sugar high had crashed, and I fell asleep for maybe around 40 minutes. Not that long, but I had a really, really bad nightmare. Fucking terrifying. I would go into it here, but that would just scare me again.
He's 16?
I didn't know what else to do, so I ran out of the room and went into his mom's room. Instincts, I guess, because it's what I used to do, and still sometimes very rarely do at my house. I snuggled in the bed, and only about 30 seconds later, they're shuffling around and the lights are turned on, and suddenly there's 2 adults yelling at me. Apparently I laid down right in between them, and they woke up because it was a tight squeeze. I honestly didn't even know he had a dad. Well, that was embarrassing. I didn't really expect it to go down like that. His dad was screaming and swearing at me. I feel like he shouldn't have been quite that loud because it was really late and he might have woken up the neighbors. They said if I didn't get out of the house right then, they would call the police. I really feel like that was crossing the line way too far and pretty dramatic. Like, come on, I'm your son's friend. Anyway, I've known about this sub for a while now and I have nothing else to do today besides cry. So I thought I'd see what Reddit says. Does anyone agree with me?
Okay.
No. He climbed into their bed.
That's
in between them.
The fact that he's 16, I think, is why. I think if he was like 8, they'd be like, aw.
Yeah, if he was 8, they'd be like, aw. I'm
not reading that, but like, come on.
Sorry, I was reading a little bit of that one. It's funny. I'll read that one real quick.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for calling my cat mean names when he farts? I have a cat named Bartholomew's. He's a very nice cat, but he farts more than any other cat I've ever met. There's nothing else wrong with him. He's the friendliest cat ever and plays all day and loves to snuggle. I usually call him Bart. So he's Bart the Fart or Stinky Fuzzbutt. Sometimes when he's really, really stinky, I call him Rancid Ass. Because he is. My grandma hates that I call him those names and says it's mean, and that I should call him nice nicknames. Am I an asshole if I keep calling him Rancid Ass when she doesn't like it?
No, it's not sentient. Let's be real.
But
if your grandma doesn't like it and you do it around her, don't, but like...
Yeah, just don't do it around your grandma. I was thinking, you get mad when like me or your family calls Charlie fat.
Yeah. I don't know, man. His like head hangs low and like, if your cat starts doing that,
yeah.
Will I be the asshole if I tell my coworker I will no longer be bringing breakfast to share? About a year ago, my coworker got divorced. She has 2 kids and 1 income. We have always alternate weeks on who brings food.
Wow.
This started when she saw me eating breakfast and wanted to try it, so I shared some. She liked it and said to bring more, and then she will bring it back the following week. These breakfasts are just things you can just buy at the store, like yogurt with nuts or frozen breakfast. She has fallen on hard times due to car payments for a few months now. I've been understanding and bringing breakfast most weeks or buying lunch once in a while when she doesn't bring any. She had recently told me she took out a $1,000 loan. She hasn't bothered to use a bit of it to buy breakfast. She used the loan to buy clothes for a church event and bills here and there. It's been a month and she has not brought breakfast. I have stopped bringing breakfast for her and just myself and deflecting when she asks about breakfast or making excuses. I feel like she is taking advantage of me as one day I brought 2 slices of bread and she wanted to share. Like that Mickey Mouse short.
Yeah.
This isn't the only instance I felt she has taken advantage, but I won't go into detail. Will I be the asshole if I told her I'm no longer bringing breakfast for her too? Someone mentioned if we are friendly or not and her taking out the loan to pay bills. We were friendly and my coworker took out the loan to buy clothes. It was almost 2 weeks later that I asked what she did with the rest of the money for bills to try to gauge if she was going to buy breakfast.
I mean, I think
she's falling on hard times.
It's ESH. Everybody sucks here.
Yeah.
And
it's a sucky situation.
Narrator sucks because he's like the last sentence. I asked what she did with the rest of the money to try and gauge if she was going to buy breakfast.
Just stop buying her breakfast.
Everyone sucks here because he sucks for that, and then she sucks because it's like she might be taking advantage of him.
She could just be like, hey, I'm not going to be bringing breakfast from here on out. Or just do alternate weeks where it's like, oh, this is supposed to be your week, so just don't fill in.
Yeah, just don't fill in the blanks.
Like bring one for yourself, on the weeks it's supposed to be hers. I think it's just an unfortunate situation where if you can afford the luxury, you're probably making her day way better.
A little bit. And it's like,
but you don't have to do that.
And it's like, I'm so mad. She got a loan to pay her bills.
He tried to be in like buy clothes for a church event. It's like, dude, she probably never treats herself.
Yeah,
and it's her loan that she took out.
A loan.
And you're buying breakfast, and you said it yourself. You're not fucking making these breakfasts. It's just yogurt at a store.
Yeah, like
and
hold
frozen
on.
breakfast.
She got a $1,000 loan to pay your bills.
Yeah. And he's just like,
and he's
how much have you spent?
Where's my yogurt? It's your turn to buy bread today. Like,
this guy's an asshole now. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, the more I look at it, it's all. Would I be the asshole? No. But are you an asshole?
A little.
Am I the asshole for telling my son he's on a diet after he ate 3 packs of donuts?
They're forcing to go on a diet, dude. This is literally a dark part of my childhood.
It's run by...
They never forced it, but it was always like...
Run by M. Schwank.
Stop!
Diabetes runs in my family. My mom died from complications from it. As a result, I've decided to keep my house relatively sugar-free. My older kids can do what they please. My minor children get an allowance, so to speak, of 1 processed sugar food a month. Aside from that, they can have fruits to get their sweet tooth
killed
sated.
myself about this kid. Can you imagine?
Well, hey, I mean, diabetes.
It's so good for them, but just as a kid.
And like I said, they've got fruit. I think if I was a kid and I had no sugar but I had fruit, I think I'd be okay.
Yeah.
The only dietary restrictions is on processed sugary foods. I don't even keep that stuff in my house. Unfortunately, me and my sister work with a local food drive, so sometimes we have care packages come to our home so we can give them to the homeless. My 14-year-old son got into one of these care packages really early morning without my knowledge. I took it out later that day, even without noticing stuff was missing. Each one weighs about 15 ounces to a pound. It's like a donut. Yeah. 8. This greedy little guy ate 24 donuts.
Shit, bro.
I woke him up and demanded an explanation. I told him, well, since he couldn't resist, guess who's going on a diet? He protested that it was just one bad moment, and he's not even fat, blah, blah, blah. He's right. He's a thin kid, but he was really bloated after all these donuts, so I just pointed out his gut and said, I rest my case.
Oh, my asshole. What?
Yeah, it was insensitive, maybe, but I don't know what he expected after eating that many donuts knowing that diabetes situation. It's not even about weight. I wouldn't even care if he'd overindulge on something healthy, but this ain't it. It's not going to be forever, just a week or so till he learns his lesson. I do want my son to be happy, but I also have to remember I'm his parent, not his friend, and part of parenting involves doing things he may not like at the minute for his overall good.
Dude.
Yes, this dude's an asshole for calling his kid, like pointing out his gut. Cut that off. Perfectly normal. The OP doesn't even care that bro broke into a fucking church care package.
Listen.
Like, that's what I'd be mad about.
Yeah.
I don't care that you ate the donuts,
but
I care that you stole.
If your kid finds donuts and eats 8 donuts and your first instinct...
He eats 24 donuts.
And your first instinct is, oh, it's because he's not eating healthy enough? He's fucking suffering. If I ate 24 donuts in one sitting, it's because I have not seen that shit in so long. He's taking advantage of it.
Right.
He's breaking, bro, and that's fine. She should punish him. She should give him the diet. But after that, give him a fucking cheat day, dude.
Well, yeah, he gets a cheat day once a month. That's what she said.
Once a month?
Fruit and stuff. Like, there's sweet foods.
He's 14, bro. What were you eating at 14? I mean, that kid's gonna want to eat the same shit.
I mean, yeah, but dude, like if I had some delicious fruit, like apples all the time, instead of candy, I'd probably, candy, I'd be fine with apples.
There's no shot 14-year-old you is eating 24 donuts unless you never had access to that shit.
You know what, I guess I agree. I do agree.
The fact that her first instinct is not, why did my kid do that? It's,
yeah, I'm saying.
He's a dumbass. I think the punishment is wrong, of like, go on a diet. Because that's like, shaming him, but also he doesn't need to go on a diet. 2,
that's true.
Like, you're right, he should have been punished for breaking the food shit. 3, she didn't grow up like this. To be that hard on your kid when it's your first time running this shit out.
Yeah, you need to go on a diet means you get to lose your 1 day of sugar. It's gone. It's like,
well, yeah, what's more of a diet than what he's on right now? Let's talk about that. If this isn't a diet and she says, let's go on a diet, I'm shitting my pants.
They're saying that they're doing it just for a week or two. If they get once a month, it's like, who cares?
They're gonna give her that shit from Nanny McPhee, bro. The fucking soldier soup or whatever. Yeah.
1 processed sugar food a month? Wait, what? Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to babysit my best friend's child? I'm 25-year-old best friend Jenny, 24, got married shortly after high school. She opted for not going to college, and she failed the first admission, and the next year decided to marry her almost 10 years older boyfriend.
Damn, he's already flaming her.
For real. Me, on the other side, I'm currently in my final year of my master's degree. Soon they had a baby boy, Eric. I did not support her in having kids at all. Not because I believe everyone should go to college, but neither her nor her husband are financially independent enough to raise a child. They barely moved in a cramped apartment and working hard just to make ends meet. Still, every now and then relying on support from their families. Also, I didn't think Jenny was mature enough to be a mother, but that's my personal opinion. Despite that and their family worries, they still had Eric, and lo and behold, it was unexpectedly hard. Jenny's husband's family lives too far to actually help, and Jenny's family doesn't want to get involved too much. One day she had to pick up an evening shift when Eric couldn't be in pre-K. The program ends at 5. She asked me if I could stay with him. Now, I could skip a day of class to look after Eric, but I just don't want to. There's a reason I decided not to start a family up till now, and that is to focus on my development. I also fear that if I say yes, it's not going to be a one-time occurrence. Not to mention, I'm not good with kids, and I don't enjoy them at all. So I refused and stated the reasons above. She called me an asshole and said I was unsupportive.
What the hell?
I told her it's the consequence of her own actions, and having a baby at this moment in life was the risk she decided to take. Am I the asshole?
If I'm in my master's course, my last year, and you call me and say, hey, remember that kid you were recommended I don't have, can you watch him? And then you just say, oh, I'm busy with my master's class, and you go, you're such an asshole.
I think you're right, but that hurts me, because what if you were in your master's and I was called you up and was like, hey, I just need you to watch the baby for one night so I can do my job and pay for my
if this dude's actually
and
not,
you said, what the hell, I don't want to watch your stupid I don't want to watch your stupid baby.
This kid's convincing me.
I'd be like, what the hell? That hurts.
Okay, here's the thing.
I'd be like, you're an asshole, dude.
Yeah. He made it an asshole when he said, I told her it's the consequences of her own actions.
Yeah.
Because he literally could have just been like, I'm actually so sorry. He could have just lied. Just lie.
My master's shit. The real question should be titled, am I the asshole for refusing to babysit this person I hate's child?
Yeah, dude.
Because he just drags her. That's not your fucking best friend.
And he was so specific, her family doesn't want to help. Dude, we don't need to know that.
Care. We didn't ask. She opted for not going to college after she failed the first admission, which is also
You wanted to get your master's and focus on not having a family or whatever. In your own logic, you are not the asshole. But you just fucking
you're
went too
clearly
far.
A dick. You're clearly a dick. Yeah, no. You're not the asshole, but you're clearly a dick.
Yeah.
And no one agrees.
He phrased it in a way where he's like, I've set up all the logic. This makes sense, right? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, sorry you had a fucking mistake. After filming this, I don't feel like an asshole. I feel a lot better about myself.
Yeah. So leave in the comments. WIBTA if I took my friend's Jake's dog and killed it. Real quick outro.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. I told you it was gonna be
Real quick. What the hell?